Hello and welcome to Definitely Real Chef. I am the host, Morgan Park. Here on this channel, we take recipes we find online, specifically social media, and let you know are they actually good and how easy are they to make. Have you ever made a mistake? A mistake that is easily fixable, but you don't because, what's the point, you know? Actually, how about I just give you guys an example because your tiny brains can't comprehend what I'm saying. Imagine you have a keyboard and next to your keyboard, let's say there's some sticky liquid like a soda. Let's say there's a soda next to your keyboard and you're moving your hand over. You knock the soda on the keyboard. Naturally you go, fuck, I gotta get this soda off my keyboard. Maybe you even put your keyboard in some rice to try and save the electrical components. Seems reasonable enough. Now let's rewind that scenario and instead of trying to fix the issue at hand, you just lean into it. That, my friends, might go something like this. A keyboard and some soda precariously placed next to the keyboard. That looks dangerous. Oh, no, you knocked it over. It's spilling all over the keyboard. And instead of trying to save it, you pour more soda on it, like way too much soda. Why are you doing that? Stop. Please stop. And then, for fun, I don't know, maybe you get off on it, you fucking break the keyboard in half. That is what it looks like when you lean into the mistake. Now, why? Why am I making you imagine all of this? You're probably saying to yourself, hey, I came here to be entertained, not to think. Well, that, my friends, is because I made a mistake. And in this video, I'm leaning into it. I get my recipes from the internet, primarily from social media because that's, the whole point of this channel. Well, one night, late at night, the depths of the abyss, 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I was in bed, doom scrolling Instagram Reels, and I saw a reel from a creator I actually happen to enjoy. Keto Snacks, who is honestly an insane person and was actually the source of one of my recipes in the first video on this channel. Now, he was making a pizza with a protein crust, using a can of chicken to form the crust. Now, honestly, this is a technique I have heard of before and tried myself even, and it's fine. But that is not what I thought he did. In my sleepy, delirious state, I thought he was making the pizza crust out of canned tuna. I was appalled, to say the least, and it wasn't until after my initial viewing that I realized the mistake I had made. It was chicken, not tuna. But you know what they call tuna? Chicken of the sea. And in case you still don't see where this is going, I'm making Keto Snacks pizza recipe with tuna instead of chicken as the crust. Our ingredients are can of tuna, grated Parmesan, 1 egg, enchilada sauce, queso, shredded cheese, jalapenos, black olives, onions, taco seasoning. First, open up your can of tuna and drain out the disgusting liquid in there. His recipe called for a 1/4 cup of Parmesan, but I went with a 1/2 cup, but I recommend you use a 1/2 cup too. Well, assuming you plan on using tuna instead of chicken at least. I also added a bit of taco seasoning directly into the crust mix. Now we'll spread it out on a parchment sheet roughly in the shape of a pizza crust. Now we're gonna go ahead and spread our taco seasoning on top. Lastly, pop it in the oven at 450 degrees Fahrenheit for 10 to 12 minutes. Voila, your crust is complete. Now that we're done baking, we'll mix enchilada sauce and queso on top to form our sauce base. After that, sprinkle with cheese, red onions, black olives, and jalapenos. He also had spring onions on top of his pizza, but it's currently summer, not spring, so you can go f yourself. Pop her back in the oven for another 5 minutes or so, then bing, bang, boom, you're done. Honestly, it wasn't as bad of a smell as I thought. The taco seasoning, the enchilada sauce, the queso, the cheese, they all covered up the tuna smell quite a bit. Let's hope the taste kind of is the same. Still hot, still hot. Well, I'll be damned. I genuinely do understand why they call tuna chicken of the sea now. That was pretty good, actually. I was right in the sense that everything else that was on that pizza and in that crust completely covered up the taste of tuna. Even in the, I'm trying to taste it on my mouth right now. All I can really taste is the jalapenos and the enchilada sauce and the cheese. Those are the three main flavors that came through and the three main things that are still dominating my mouth right now. I'm gonna have to give that taste-wise 8.5. I'm gonna give it an 8 out of 10. I think that the crust substitute, while it's pretty good, it does lack a little bit of structural integrity. It has a little bit of a weird floppiness to it. The crust texture is something you would expect out of a bad pizza. So I'm not a huge fan of that. I imagine the chicken would probably be similar since, you know, it's not real crust. The combination of ingredients and toppings to make like a Mexican pizza, I think is what he called it in his TikTok. Good, I really enjoyed all of that. Easiness to make. This is gonna be one that's a little bit more difficult to rate because while the steps were pretty easy and I executed it flawlessly the first time, one, there were quite a few ingredients and things you wouldn't normally have lying around the house like enchilada sauce, queso, or canned tuna. And also, while the scent did eventually get covered up by all the other ingredients, mixing in the canned tuna, that was smelly and not super fun. So I'm gonna dock it points there. Other than that, it really didn't take too long to do. And like I said, I got it right the first time, which is not always the case on this channel. I'm gonna overall give it an 8 out of 10. Mainly docking points for the grossness of the tuna. Thanks for watching. If there's another recipe you want me to try, let me know in the comments below. As always, I want to give a huge thanks to all my Patreons: Maddie Online, Dakota, Nolan, Minecraft Stever, Clover, Monty, Zachary Braun, Starfly, and Abby Boyd. If you would like to see your name at the end credits of my videos and just help support this channel overall, help keep the dream going, go in the description, subscribe to my Patreon for $1 a month, and you will get your name at the end of these credits.